Hello and welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Show. Today we're talking about deprivation and in the setup that is marriage and how that can make you, turn you into a different person. Now I'm eager to listen into this conversation because most of the times we look at the men and how they are deprived. But what about the woman? And I'm hoping that you will highlight on that as well, if it ever happens.
Tell me, there's something you said off air
about
how people come to marriage.
Yes.
Please say that again.
Okay. So how people look at marriage sometimes as a means to an end. I want the easy way out. Oh, he's bringing this, so that means I don't have to work away a day in life. So you come in because of what you're getting from this person, and you keep getting until at a point where those things are not able to be provided to you again. And when that income, that inlet of resources cuts off or ends, then the true you, who you really were from the beginning now, really shows.
The uncaring.
Yes.
And I picked that because one reason for deprivation in marriages is an implied setting of exchange. Sex for something else.
Aha. Okay.
Many people who marry and all they are offering is their body in exchange for their life. Give them money, or give them the life, or give them the car, or give them the this and this. And all they have is, no, but I give myself you, I give you me.
See, I'm here for you.
Women have been historically oriented for that a lot. And that's how you see them over-investing in the body. When you see a lady overdoing, it's because that's the only resource. That's the investment.
Allah. Stock markets.
She's putting all her energy in the only thing she have to sell.
Her body.
I will educate you until you don't need to investigate to detail. Just look at how much energy people are putting where. And you can see that is 90% of what they have.
It is so true. I met a friend of mine who said it's a constant conversation about how her body looks, and she cannot let herself sleep or go back to a certain size, because if that happens, then the marriage is over. And she's been told that if this happens, but then she wants the good life. She wants to travel the world, she wants the big cars, she wants all of these things. So it doesn't matter how many children you have, how you snap back into that size that he likes.
Wow.
Otherwise, we're done.
Wow.
Yep.
So if the capital for why we married is a certain physique, what are we doing? We are tying you to a thing you can't control.
That's the thing.
And have they told you you keep mentioning gym and you have seen that physical fitness, they tell you, while we do the activity, your body may just not cooperate.
It is the truth.
You can do everything right. And a good instructor or an expert in fitness will tell you sometimes it's something beyond your control.
Yeah.
Your body can start losing weight or adding weight and you're not sick, nothing is paining. In fact, you're just eating right, you're not changed anything.
Yeah.
And even when you're doing the exercises, these things are, so there may be that period of 2 or 3 years of your life that I wonder, and women are very common with that.
Yes.
That you can't predict where is this coming from.
Yeah.
And the solution, they shall tell you, do the right things and forget the rest.
Yeah.
Eat right, exercise right, and stop staring, being obsessed with the weighing scale. Stop obsessing.
Yeah.
Have you adjusted your eating? Are you eating right? Are you exercising, keeping your regime? Forget the rest and sleep. I've had to teach my wife that for a long time. You need to learn how to forget things after you've done them. In fact, that's the one essence of faith. Rest in trust. Yeah. I'll do my part, God will do the rest. And you rest in trust. What is the worst thing that can happen? Immunity goes and becomes very small. I'll be medicated. I'll be given what they give people when they need to add weight. Or if it is adding weight, they'll be given some medication. And we are not yet there. And we might never get there.
Yes.
The scale may be showing this and I'm doing right thing is not changing. So sometimes if you married me because I looked a certain way. And then I reach that season when the body is just having its own agenda.
People have accidents. I'm cooking sausages for you in the morning and then the oil just burns my face.
Look at that.
And then what?
So one reason people come to deprive each other is because this was a major commodity You came into, I married you to give me this kind of body. I'll stay with you for as long as you are this size.
Yes.
It means when you don't look the way I like, I'll stop getting involved with you. I'll stop attending you. I'll no longer find you attractive.
Yeah.
That is a faulty foundation, and as a person, you should not continue to stay in that union. Even when the body has not snapped. The moment Mukali, I give you a condition under which I can leave you, and it is nothing to do with you, don't wait for the condition to happen.
Absolutely.
What if it happens when you're 50, 60?
Oh, God.
It's better now.
Yes. It's better now.
I have options. Life is ahead.
Yes.
When it gets to afternoon on the descent, now so as soon as I show you my love is not unconditional, as soon as I show you that I'm not with you committed for better, when you say for better, for worse, we usually mean mutually. For as long as we are mutually committed to each other, I'm here to stay. The only thing that breaks the commitment is when you are no longer committed yourself. So this, what you swear in church, always has a footnote that they live silent, but it's obvious that I'll be faithful to you for as long as you're faithful to me.
Yeah.
I'll be loyal to you for as long as you're with me. If you are to pack and leave, where will I continue being faithful to who? Or continue staying where? For who? We are fighting for better, for worse situations of life. Your body that is just misbehaving here and there, illnesses, conditions of life that are not for any of our choice.
Yeah.
For as long as we are choosing, we're in this union, we're in this to stay. And to that end, we can believe together that our life will never be that extreme, and we'll always have grace for every situation.
Yep.
There will be seasons, and those seasons will also bring us closer, teach us patience, show us another aspect, and give us, when you recall back, even when you have been married 10, 15 years, 2, 3 years, 5, every couple has experiences that in the moment it was inconvenient, painful, but at the end when they look back, it made them better.
Yes.
They realize they can withstand, they can actually support each other, you come to appreciate that person's depth more if they are both committed. So deprivation will come when the body was a commodity of trade, and the body itself, it was a faulty foundation, because the body can develop its own agendas. While I'm doing the best to look all I can, I also know sometimes things can happen. The second problem that happens is, you've mentioned what many women have heard that of, it was a means to an end. It was not really a sacrificial.
Yes. Yeah.
They were not coming here to improve.
One-sided, majorly.
And you can always see the attitude, although when men are infatuated, they don't see.
That's the truth. That is the truth.
You can see, especially most of the other people, those who are not really in the relationship. It's not that hard to see. But we don't listen. We think everybody's envious.
Yeah, you wish it was
Usually
yours.
you need a person who can advise you and you believe them.
Yeah.
One reason we keep giving advice is so that people can have a weighing scale. Belshazzar was told, mene tekel upar sing, weighed, measured, divided. That was the meaning. You have been weighed and measured. And when you have found one thing, you're being divided, split apart. Are you weighing? You're measuring. Many times when your measuring scales are disoriented by feelings, you may marry a person who sincerely they're not here for you. How do you know? When you're only the one who's pushing the agenda. They keep asking me. I'm the only one who's calling.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's suggesting to move things forward. This person seems reluctant. And I ask them, if you are not already getting involved in this person emotionally, sexually, would you ask me that question?
Whew.
Is that question necessary when you're thinking straight? Do you see?
Yeah.
Even by simply thinking, let me imagine I was not too invested emotionally. What is the meaning of this behavior? They are not into me. It's that difficult to see. So people marry a person who is not into you. They are there for what they're getting out of it. And there are people who really don't love you, but they can't afford losing you. Be careful. Be careful.
Dangerous. Very.
So you carry them along. They tag along. There's a lot of benefit associated with being, or the status of being with you, or marrying that mwikali, the girl you see on TV, that one. The people want that trophy to brag. Who want that? It's not you they wanted to improve. They don't want to do life. They're not open. Somebody say, when reason a person will not tell you their secrets is because you are one of the secrets. Oh,
goodness. What?
So another sign a person is not really into you is they don't open their lives. They don't tell you the vulnerable stuff. They're polite, cautious with you. And there's a reverse dynamic that plays on our emotions. When a person is playing hard to get, we feel more challenged to pursue them more. Instead of stopping the chase, we feel a thrill to chase them more.
Yeah.
So we say this dynamic that good girls can marry ambivalent boys. A boy who's in today, out tomorrow.
Yeah.
But she's so into him, and he's obviously not that keen.
It's just,
He shows up with an attitude.
You're constantly wondering, what did I do this time?
And you have to explain to the rest of us.
Yes. Like,
no, he's not always like it. It was just a mood.
It's like, It's a work thing.
You have found a way to pacify situations.
And even you do not know why he's looking like that.
So those moments he's into you, they're so exciting because they're rare and they're not here to stay.
It's a high.
So they create a cycle of you anticipating the good moments. And so when the good moments come, they're exaggerated.
Yeah.
But there's no consistency. There's no steadiness. And this girl is all level-headed. When you talk, you can't see. I tried to look.
It's like
I can't see something broken in you.
No, but
this fella is not into you. And I've seen men pour themselves so much into girls who are hot, cold. They do more, persist more, do more, and you drink because you're already emotionally invested. You do not see. So deprivation will result because this person doesn't care about satisfying you. They don't care about making you happy, making your life better. That was not their motive. That was not their basic drive. The basic drive was to use you at that times of their convenience. And when you become replaceable, when they find another person or their moods move elsewhere, they'll simply forget about you. So the third problem where deprivation comes up is you may find people who are essentially selfish. And when you hear people about intimacy, we talk intimacy, we have sex this frequently. Frequency doesn't tell you whether it is satisfying. And when you're counseling, when people approach you when they have marital issues, there's a temptation to ask whether they do get intimate. They may do get intimate, but it's only physical. It's not emotional. Sometimes many people's sexual activity is one-sided. One person initiates and does it, they satisfy themselves and go.
That's done.
And the one guy who said they're in their mid-50s, the woman allows it when she wants. Even if you're not thinking about it, she wants it.
Oh.
Now. And you have no choice yourself to suggest any time or initiate anything.
Oh, see, it's only when she wants.
And for as long as she wants.
Okay.
Stop where she wants.
Okay.
And because they are midlife people with positions in society, they're almost alienated. To find a person to open up to is very difficult.
Yeah.
They are grown children now, out there. Many of these good people stay in wrong marriages waiting for children to grow up.
Yeah.
But even after children grow up, they manufacture other excuses. Now we are too old.
Yeah.
Where do we start again? And because I'll tell you the consequence of deprivation, but obviously when you are moving around and you're hungry, you notice food everywhere.
Yeah.
Even what was not usually your taste is now your taste. It's not taste now.
Like
Survival.
Chinese is not bad. Can try that cuisine.
When you are hungry, everything is edible. So many people whom you see lasting after everybody doing this, and it's because it's an extrapolation that they're not eating at home. And this is not to justify affairs or anything, but to say one problem many people change to a person they were not. And I want you, marriage is so dangerous, it can separate you from your God, from your faith, it can change you, and that's what we are discussing today.
Yeah.
That guy has been crashing on everybody. The friend who made him convince.
This is the 50-year-old couple?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It came up because she was asking, this lady asked him, no, you have a status of honor. Why would you crash on a person like me and you know I have my own life? Yeah, and I know you are married.
Yes.
So it got there, oh sorry, I lose myself. I'm not eating at home.
Okay.
So, and what are you doing there? Now, I was waiting for children to grow. Now they have grown, but now looking at what surely, how old are we? And
Okay.
So if you condemned yourself to this kind of life, then you will die of HIV. You will die of other diseases. You catch or depression.
Yeah.
You will die of other things that are coming from you are staying in a place where you are deprived. And when you stay and society thinks you are married, they don't understand. Now you're more alienated.
Yeah.
If you were single, it would be better off. But when you're married, what are you doing there? Marriage is a choice. Many people keep describing marriage as a prison. And I hear preachers say once, pingu za maisha, you are handcuffed. You are handcuffed and you are some people even illustrate the handcuffs. They bring them there. They handcuff people. I saw people bringing them physically to illustrate what has happened.
Okay.
And it is supposed to mean, they just mean you are committed now.
Okay.
You are no longer free to philander around. You have surrendered your freedom to go around entertaining other people. Marriage is a commitment we enter into, but it does not mean it's a prison when the person has started mistreating you or depriving you.
Yeah.
It's only a commitment, an enclosure, something we have gotten into for as long as we are in it, both of us, and we are out for each other. So people do this act from their own aspect to fulfill themselves. They are selfish and insensitive. In fact, those who are narcissistic, they use it to inflict pain on you, to disturb you when you are not thinking about it. In fact, they can quarrel you and pin you down and have it now. Just at the height of the fight. They are so mentally twisted.
Yeah.
It's like they're demon possessed. They can use it to punish, inflict pain. And many people have been tied up to these toxic characters because they started having premarital sex. Again, sex outside marriage is not making love. It's destroying life. Many people have been trapped through pregnancy. The lady is crazy, but you have a child together. The guy is crazy, but you have a child together. You have to interact around the child. Narcissistic people don't counterparent. They don't co-parent, they counterparent. They only use the child to access you, destabilize your life. They don't care what happens to the child. They don't have that conscience and empathy. They have killed the human side of themselves. Now you're my child with that kind of person. Had you taken time to learn them for who they are, you'd have seen it.
Yeah.
But when you're careless enough to think it's my freedom to have sex, this and that. And one lady was saying, we had sex with this guy and I realized he's not self-motivated. His problem is non-committal. He's just aloof. I say, why are we discussing a non-committal fella? Why is he a topic of discussion?
And they know because they're telling you. So they know.
Do you want me to whip him to commit? What are you really hoping for?
Intercession.
And I said, had you not been getting intimate with him, you'd not be emotionally entangled.
Yeah.
You'd see clearly. If he's not able to commit and I'm looking for commitment, he does not have what I'm looking for. Thank you. What is the question here? Because you're having sex with him. And I told her, you're only 28. You're having sex with people you're not married to. You're complicating your life. You will get entangled. Like now you're entangled and you fantasize him. Women, a healthy woman cannot separate sex and love. She must feel you to enjoy intimacy with you. Yeah. That compartmentalization is only possible with men.
That's true. I don't know how you guys do it.
So, men say, I only had sex with her, I don't love her.
Yeah, it was just that. It doesn't make sense to us. And men use it in arguments like, I caught you. It's like, it was physical. It's like, what are you talking about? What do you mean it wasn't?
So a woman must love to have sex. But men say it was just sex, there was no love.
Yeah. It's so common.
You know?
Yeah.
And because they're arguing from their point and they think you operate the same.
No.
So a healthy woman will not give her body to a person she does not love. And she thinks you must also have loved to be
able to do that.
You know? And one of the the problem there is that these people are selfish. They're doing it for themselves.
Okay.
Now, how do you know whether a person is selfish or selfless? You can see it is not just in bed. It's not just in bedroom. A person who is selfless and genuine. Narcissists do love bombing. They do too much too soon to overwhelm you.
Yeah.
When you are a balanced person, you can tell something that is not natural, not organic, not going at a natural pace. But you, because you are desperate, you wanted people to know you also.
Yeah, I can be loved.
you flow with something that looks unnatural. We married just after 2 months.
Hey.
I said, now, at that speed, it's such... And many of them put very horrible foundations and they start narrating paragraphs. Why do you want me to read sickening paragraphs? You put a horrible foundation. Let's discuss a genuine problem that is not obvious on the surface.
Okay.
You don't tell a doctor, I swallowed a bottle of poison. Now imagine I'm diarrhea. Can you imagine I'm throwing up? Oh my God, I don't know why the body pain. There's a headache. I didn't want to sleep. What were you expecting when you swallowed?
Yes.
So,
oh my God.
So if you tell a doctor pain that you can't trace the cause, now the doctor has a cause, a work to help you trace the cause. Infection, bacteria, something. But if you swallow poison, don't ask me why.
Yeah.
You're having stomach pains, you know. So it's to say, you can tell selfishness even from the time you interacted. You can see impatience. You can see people who are manipulative. Now, how does deprivation change people? Number one, when you are not getting what you want at home and you are in a setting where you're supposed to be getting it, it means you are in kitchen but you are denied food.
Yeah.
When people are fasting, they avoid temptations of food, so they don't go to kitchen, they go to butcheries, they try to stay away from places that arouse their appetites. In marriage, the appetites are aroused because you can see the food around. So the one problem is, it's hard to suppress your desires when the person who you're supposed to be having that need with is in front of you, or they are in your life. You're legally married or you are with them, and they are not giving it to you. So it's very hard to tune your mind. When you are single, you know you're not married. So it's easier to control yourself. You don't expect it from anyone, so you switch your mind from it. When you are married, in theory, you are supposed to be provided for. Now, when they don't provide, they're provided a double problem. Okay. They occupy the place of the one who's supposed to meet your needs, but they refuse to meet them. A counterfeit that sits in the place of your spouse, but they don't play your spouse. So it's a double con game.
Yeah.
They arouse and desires. They tell society, this guy is sorted, this lady is sorted, and the one with you are also to act like you're married and there's no problem, and a partner who denies you your needs, your bodily needs, is doing multiple levels of injustice to you, forcing you to act like you're okay to society when you're not okay, preventing other people from accessing you and you from going out because you're legally married. In theory.
Yes.
Parading the food in front of you so that you feel the appetite and all that, but they deny it to you. Sexual deprivation may look like a small thing, but when you look at it closely, it's a torment. It's a torment. If I know we are not together, I'll tune my mind. I also know people know I'm not with anybody. So they not avoid me.
Yes.
If they're avoiding me like a person's husband.
Yeah.
But in practicality,
you're not.
That's double injustice. If it looks very immoral for me to even greet another woman, and in fact I'm dying inside. The other way they change you to a different person is they destabilize your inner life, your emotional life. They destabilize your psychology. They destabilize your inner peace. You are unable to keep poise when urges are crying all over. It's impossible to maintain your calm, to concentrate on your job, or be happy and balanced person when you have an unrest inside of you, which you don't know when it will end. And you're supposed to convince this person or win them and until they can meet your needs, and maybe you keep trying, you get disappointed again. Keep trying, they get disappointed again. Keep trying, they disappear again. They give another excuse again. They bring up storm again. So you keep hoping, disappointed. Hoping,
that can be
disappointed.
tiring.
Hoping, disappointed. So the second way is that the urges and the crashing, the disappointments make you internally depressed, and secretly you have to suppress and appear normal. When you see everybody, they look handsome. When you see everybody, they look beautiful. You see everybody. When your needs are not met, you see it everywhere. The third way is they drive you to addictions as you look for alternative ways to relieve yourself. Many people go to toys or to other things that leave you guilty, feeling guilty and filthy and embarrassed and awkward. It makes scratch. All those superficial sexual stimulation tools, they scratch the surface. The way you scratch a wound. You feel some pleasure when you're scratching it, but it doesn't heal. Doesn't satisfy. So, masturbation, pornography, it only scratches the surface, and only it's like taking very salty water or very sugary water when you are thirsty to satisfy shortly and then blow up to a worse kind of thirst. They push you into doing things you would not have done normally. You find yourself in a series of a pattern of life that you are ashamed of, that you never used to do. You find yourself doing things that are against who you are as a person. And the fourth way, the final one of the things I listed today, is that they change your spirituality. Now, spirituality is a matter of conscience and conviction. It's a matter of how you approach God and how you live with God. And when you know you're doing dirty things behind the scenes, you can pray. There are people who have become cold because of their marriage. They used to be on fire for life, on fire for a particular cause. But they have been so deprived and made to do things. They say one of the biggest artists, his YouTube account was pulled down.
Yes.
And I said, but what did they post? I was told many times is the enemy who hacks the account and posts dirty things for the YouTube to pull it down. You see the indirect?
Yes.
They did not pull it down themselves.
No.
They gained access and posted what they know is forbidden. That's how people bring you down in marriage. They don't bring you down themselves. They gain access to your life, gain control, and then using the control, deprive you until you do things that take you down, separate you from your God, your life, your conviction, your faith. You can lose your faith for staying in a deprived marriage. What is the solution? Now that you can see the expanse of how it mutates your personality, stop taking it lightly. People keep asking, is lack of sex serious enough? Why else would you marry? These are the things you could have done with your brother or with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. The things you do with your partner, sex is what makes it unique. That deeper connection, soulish, is consummated in intimacy.
Okay.
If we connect and then we don't satisfy, or we are in the same space, and also I don't have time to explain that. When people are not getting intimate, they also lose the other emotional connection.
See that?
When you're no longer getting intimate, even the friendship we had dries up.
Okay.
The flow we had, the fun, the jokes, the laughter. That deprivation brings tension and distance. For us to be free with each other and happy with each other, it must be working. When it's no longer working and we are no longer meeting and having, it dries up the connection. So people become distanced and like they're locked together. So once you see a person, either they are incapable, some people are generally incapable of meeting your needs, and they did not disclose it. Or they refuse to meet your needs. Some people have a history, or for some reason they have a low sex drive, and they have a history with that area of their life, and they're just not interested. Sometimes they feel like you're raping her. It's like you're forcing issues. It's like you're made to feel bad. Don't stay in that kind of environment. It doesn't help. And remember, we said this. You do not say, am I being judgmental? Am I leaving them because of
because you're married to them at this point, and then you're like, so this is the only area of their life that is not working. Do I walk away from that?
It's the only, and it's bad enough to change you, to destroy your personality, confuse your life, infuse so much toxicity and confusion in your life that it's like a spreading cancer, changes you to a person you are not. Many people who catch diseases or get caught into scandals because we're in a deprived marriage. There's no point of staying in a deprived marriage. The sexual area is part of human needs. The way your body needs food, that area needs that. For as long as you are normal and you're married. If you didn't want that, you would have stayed out of marriage. comfort yourself by saying that not everybody has the capacity for marriage. Many don't admit it, but you can marry one of us who don't have the capacity to meet the needs of a partner. And they keep trying to ask you to stay a partner without those needs. Don't agree. You wanted a person who was ready to meet the needs of a partner. Yes.
Whew. I think this is very intense because the very same questions, the same question that I asked about, you being in that space. And sometimes it might be it's working, right?
Yes.
It's working, we're good. And then it gets to a point where it's not working. Things happen, life happens. You get conditions, say probably diabetes, and something happens to your libido, and you are not able to satisfy your partner at that point. It is not in terms of you're willing, I would love to, but I'm not able to.
Let's clarify that. When it is not you, it is circumstance of life.
Okay.
We'll maneuver through it.
Okay, great. I like that.
Together.
Okay.
We don't have to part over that. You walk away on a person who no longer cares.
Yes. Okay. I see.
It's their heart, not their body, that makes you walk out. It's the attitude, and how they are treating the whole issue.
Yes.
Now they are putting you, stop bringing that topic every day. Can you live without? It's how their attitude.
Okay.
But if you are together exploring how we can do this and do the other, we still love each other, we are still friends, we are still connected, we are still soulmates. Every situation, when there is unity, you can do it.
Okay, great. I like that you clarified that. So let's wrap this up. To avoid getting locked in the desert of marriage, always marry a friend and a lover. Someone you'll be eager to make each other happy. Someone you care about too much to inflict pain on them just to satisfy yourself. And once you've married this kind of a person, cultivate and maintain that connection consciously by sticking together through all seasons of life. And if you're already in this kind of desert, you know very well you can only survive with deprivation and starvation for so long before you turn into an angry or bitter person, or before you start drinking waters that are not yours and corrupting your entire personality in the process. I like how you twist your words here, Zulu. Many people were faithful and principled when they got married, but the deprivation in marriage turned them into something else. They once couldn't imagine sleeping with someone else other than their partner, but now their body count is approaching 50. I don't know why you chose 50. Well, I think 2, 3 is bad enough. Well, they were once self-controlled and deeply spiritual. Now they're victims of deep cravings and addictions and far alienated from their spiritual life. That's what an emotional desert does to you, just in case some religious folks are asking you to persevere, quote unquote, in an empty union. The solution is to either revive the desert together with your partner if they're cooperative, or if they're not, to vacate the desert at once before it mutates you into a person you also cannot recognize. Adios.